Deep in southern Italy, there's this incredible stone crown sitting all by itself on a lonely hill. And for almost 800 years, this place has completely stumped historians and architects. See, it's a castle that breaks every single rule of what a castle should be. It's a mathematically perfect puzzle. So let's try and crack this thing open, shall we?
And that's the big question, isn't it? The one that just hangs over this whole magnificent building. I mean, it looks like a fortress, sure, but it's missing all the important defenses. It feels like it was designed for a king, but no king ever actually lived here. So what on earth was it for?
All right, to even begin to get our heads around this, we got to look at the building itself. It is an absolute masterpiece of medieval architecture, but man, is it full of contradictions.
If there's one thing you need to know about this place, it's the number 8. The entire design is obsessed with it. The castle has 8 sides, 8 octagonal towers at each corner, and, you guessed it, 8 rooms on each of its 2 floors. And this obsession with geometry, it's our first major clue that something really different is going on here. Now, officially, this is Castel del Monte. And get this, UNESCO calls it a unique masterpiece of medieval military architecture, which is pretty funny considering how much we're going to question that military part. Its design is so perfect, so iconic, you can actually find it stamped on Italy's 1-cent euro coin. Okay, so here's the deal breaker, right? This place is missing pretty much everything a fortress needs. There's no moat, no drawbridge. The spiral staircases, they actually turn in a way that would make it harder for a right-handed defender to fight. And its location, it makes no sense for defense. It was built inside a dense forest, almost like it was meant to be a secret. So you just can't separate the castle from the guy who dreamed it up. He's the key to this whole thing. Let's meet the emperor. His nickname? Stupor Mundi, which means wonder of the world. And honestly, it wasn't an exaggeration. This guy was one of the most brilliant and fascinating people of the entire Middle Ages. I mean, this guy, Frederick, was basically a Renaissance man centuries before the Renaissance even happened. His court was this incredible hub of culture and science, and he was personally obsessed with math, astronomy, philosophy. This was not your typical medieval warlord, not by a long shot. And yeah, he was a total rebel. He actually clashed with his own German royal family and even reportedly called them uncivilized because he wanted to do something totally new. He wanted to unify cultures, not just conquer them. This was an emperor with a seriously big vision. So you've got this weird building and this genius, eccentric builder. It's really no surprise that the theories about what this place was really for are all over the map. Okay, so theory number 1, the most obvious one. It's a military fortress. I mean, it looks tough, right? But like we've already seen, it's missing almost every single key defense. This theory, it just falls apart the second you look closely. All right, what about theory number 2? A super fancy hunting lodge. We know Frederick loved to hunt, and the forced location kind of fits. But again, look at the place. It's way too grand, too monumental for just a lodge. And where are the stables? It just doesn't add up. And that brings us to the theory that, well, it's the most fascinating one. What if it wasn't a fortress or a lodge at all? What if it was an astronomical observatory, or like a philosophical palace built out of stone? Its design lines up perfectly with the solstices and equinoxes, and that constant use of the number 8 points to some deeper mystical meaning. This theory fits the man, Frederick, and his passions perfectly. So we've talked a lot about the outside. What's it actually like to step inside this stone crown? Let's take a quick look. The inside is just as mind-bendingly precise as the outside. You've got this central octagonal courtyard, totally open to the sky, and it connects 8 trapezoidal rooms on each floor. You can still see these incredible vaulted ceilings, walls made of this amazing reddish stone called coral brucia, and even hints of the gorgeous mosaic floors they once had. But here's maybe the biggest twist of all. The inside, it was never finished. Seriously, the decorations were never completed, and most experts think Frederick II never even lived in it. He might not have even seen it finished. So the mystery, it just gets deeper and deeper. So to get another piece of the puzzle, we need to zoom out a bit and look at the castle's relationship with the nearby city of Andria. This was a place the emperor really cared about. You see, Frederick had this special bond with Andria. He even gave it the title Fidele, which means faithful city. And get this, the bond was so deep that two of his wives are actually buried in the crypt of the city's cathedral. And his greatest architectural statement? It's sitting just outside town.
And you know what? Today, the castle's legacy is everywhere, especially in the food and culture. The area is famous for some of the best mozzarella and burrata you'll ever have, and it produces wine and olive oil that are literally named Castel del Monte, a direct shout-out to the emperor's mysterious masterpiece. And so, after all that, we're right back where we started, with this incredible mystery. Was Castel del Monte a fortress that couldn't defend anything, a hunting lodge with no stables, or was it something more? A temple dedicated to knowledge? A grand, unfinished statement from the wonder of the world? You know, after 800 years, the castle still isn't giving up its secrets.